Under the influence of bad counsels, I fell a martyr. The Affair of the Diamond Necklace, 1785. In context: Paris, France. Theme: jewelry scam. Before: 1690s. William Challoner leads a highly successful coin counterfeiting gang in Birmingham and London, England. He is hanged in 1699 for high treason after targeting the Royal Mint. After 1923. Luke Longer, the kingpin of an extensive ring of conmen who operated in Denver, Colorado for more than 25 years, is finally convicted after a famous trial dogged by allegations that Longer's associates attempted to bribe members of the jury. In 1785, Queen Marie Antoinette is embroiled in a notorious scandal at the French court over a diamond necklace. Confidence trickster Jean de la Motte orchestrated a ruse impersonating the Queen to deceive a wealthy cardinal. The implications of this swindle had unintentionally far-reaching consequences and helped to bring about the French Revolution. Royal Commission. In 1772, King Louis XV enlisted the jewelers Beamer and Bassenge to create an elaborate necklace for Madame Dupe, his mistress. The jewelers created a diamond necklace that weighed 2,800 carats and contained 647 stones. It took several years to make and cost 2 million livres, about $10 million today. By the time it was finished, Louis had died from smallpox and Dubarry was banished by his heir, Louis XVI. The jewelers tried to sell the necklace to Antoine Marie, but she declined it. A cunning plan. Jean de Valois Saint-Remy was a descendant of the illegitimate son of King Henry II, 1547 to 59. In 1780, she married Nicolas de la Motte, an officer of the Dudon, and they styled themselves as Count and Countess de la Motte. They were granted a modest pension from the king, but it was not enough to provide Jean either with the lifestyle she desired or with the social status she felt entitled to. Learning that jewelers were trying to find a buyer for the necklace, Jean hatched a plan to acquire it, sensing the ideal opportunity for her financial and social advancement. Among her acquaintances was Cardinal Louis de Rohan, who had fallen out of favor with the Queen and was eager to reconcile. In 1784, Jean convinced the Cardinal that she enjoyed Marie Antoinette's favor and tricked him into writing to the Queen. De la Motte's accomplice Rétaux de Villers forged replies from the Queen on gilt-edged stationery. The exchanges became so amorous that Rohan believed he and the Queen were in love. After a request from de Rohan for the pair to meet, John hired a prostitute to impersonate Marie Antoinette and organized a rendezvous in the gardens of the Palace of the Versailles. Having gained his trust, Jean informed de Rohan that the Queen wanted to buy the diamond necklace but could not be seen to do so at a time when many people in Paris were starving. De Rohan agreed to cover the costs in installments, and the jewelers handed over the necklace. I can see I have been cruelly deceived. Cardinal de Rohan, Louis de Rohan. Fraud exposed. When de Rohan's first payment was insufficient, the jurors protested to Marie Antoinette, but she denied requesting the necklace. De Rohan was brought before the king and queen to explain himself, and the swindle was finally exposed. The prostitute and the de la Mottes were convicted, and Villers was banished, but de Rohan was acquitted. De la Motte was publicly flawed and branded with a V for voleur, robber, and imprisoned but escaped 10 months later. Already scapegoated for the country's financial plight, the trial destroyed the Queen's fragile reputation. 8 years later, she was executed during the French Revolution. The necklace was never found. A schemer through and through, Jean de la Motte escaped prison dressed as a boy. In this picture, she fled to London, where she wrote a memoir of the diamond necklace scandal in which she defended her actions. Preying on vulnerability. This satirical engraving marks Cardinal de Rohan's gullibility and crookedness, seen here offering up the necklace to Jean de la Motte. Jean de la Motte executed a near-perfect confidence trick to dupe Cardinal de Rohan, first seducing him and preying on his desperation, vulnerability, and vanity. She also waited until she had earned his trust before asking anything of him in return. However, she did make one potentially fatal error, signing the notes from the Queen with Marie Antoinette de France. It is possible that the Cardinal was not aware of the custom that French queens signed with their given names only, but it is unlikely, given that he had previously worked as the French ambassador to the court of Vienna and would have been skilled in diplomatic protocol. It is most likely that the cardinal was blinded by de la Motte's power of persuasion. He was brought back down to earth by the king, furious that a high-ranking noble could be duped by such an obvious error. Although he was lampooned as a fool, he received popular support. His acquittal was deemed a victory over the unpopular royals.